Analysis of complex sentences. A complex sentence consists of a principal clause and one or more subordinate clauses. The subordinate clauses are joined to the principal clause by means of subordinate conjunctions and sometimes by relative pronouns or relative adverbs. I could not reach there because I missed the train. I told the man who gave me the book that it was good. To analyze a sentence, supply ellipsis if any. He likes you more than me. He likes you more than he likes me. He is not as rich as you. He is not as rich as you are. Find out the finite verbs in the sentences. Note that there are as many clauses in a sentence as the number of finite verbs. I told the man who gave me the book that it was good. The above sentences has three finite verbs. Therefore, it has three clauses. Separate the clauses at the conjunctions, relative pronouns or relative adverbs. We know that a conjunction, it is the first word in a subordinate clause. I told the man, principal clause, who gave me the book, subordinate clause, that was good, subordinate clause. Now name each subordinate clause as the noun clause, adjective clause or adverbial clause according to the role it plays in the sentence. In other words, first find the function of a clause and then state its kind. Now see clause analysis of the above sentences. I told the man, principal clause, who gave me the book, adjective qualifying the noun man, that it was good, noun object of told. A principal clause may take any position in a sentence. If you are clever, you will use the same tricks that your friend makes use of. You will use the same tricks. Principal clause. If you are clever, we can say adverb clause. Showing condition modifying will use that your friend makes use of. Adjective clause qualifying tricks. Sometimes one of the subordinate clauses of a complex sentence is dependent on another subordinate clause and not directly on the principal clause. He told her that he helped her more than he could afford. He told her principal that he helped her, noun clause object of told, that he could afford, showing comparison modifying more. He's the man who will correct you out when you falter. He's the man principal who will correct you out, adjective qualifying man. When you falter, noun clause object of governing preposition out. In the sentence A and B, the subordinate clause 3 depends on the subordinate clause 2 and not on the principal clause 1. Sometimes the principal clause is too small to be taken notice of easily or consist of many broken parts. In such a case, find out all the subordinate clauses and what remains is the principal clause. What we now know is that the camera in the ceiling is able to find out what the customer is purchasing is principal clause. What we now know, noun subject of is that the camera in the ceiling is able to find out, noun complement of is what the customer is purchasing, object of to find out. The man who works out sincerely when he has a chance of working is generally the man who acts promptly when he must act. The man is generally, we can say the man, principal clause, who works more sincerely, qualifying man, subject, when he has the chance of working, subordinate to, modifying work, who acts promptly, qualifying man, complement, when he must act, subordinate. When two conjunctions come together, they do not introduce the same clause. The second conjunction goes in the place which immediately follows it, while the first conjunction goes with some other clause that comes later on. He says that if he does not win this time, he will stand no chance next time. He says, principal clause, that he will stand no chance next time, noun, object of says. If he does not win this time, showing condition modifying will stand. The only exception to the above rule is a clause beginning with as if or as though. He behaved as if he had been rewarded by the committee. He behaved, principal clause, as if he had been rewarded by the committee. Adverb clause showing manner, modifying behaved. He stuck to it as though his safety demanded it. He stuck to it principal clause as though his safety, showing manner, modifying stuck in, as though his safety demanded it. Adverb showing manner, modifying stuck. Generally, a subordinate clause begins with a connective, but sometimes either the connective is understood or the subordinate clause begins with a little before the connective. He would say, the polls were rigged till he got a better mandate. He would say, principal clause. The polls were rigged down. Object of would say till he got a better mandate. Showing time, modifying would say when the sky was clear, the sun might be seen looking like a hot red ball of fire. The sun might be seen looking like a hot red ball of fire. Principal clause when the sky was clear. Adverb clause showing time, modifying might be seen.